the politicians are using our people as raw materials.
If you continue to tell them that when you come out, somebody should give you a job, and you are not creating jobs, you are creating frustration. You go to university, some people are spending their life to read courses that no value, no skill, nothing, only talking. And they will even tell you they have first class in something which is useless.
Me, I've suffered.
Poverty sat me down. You think it's a joke?
But you were a pastor before.
It didn't help us.
Almost everything that you are crying for has some link
With money.
with money. If you don't have what to eat, where to sleep, you're confused about your life, and you're still arguing, talking back, you'll be there forever. Life is life and call it.
Love and quality.
The best place to succeed in this world is Africa.
It's also the same continent that has a lot of unemployment issues.
Because the way they have been programmed to think.
God in his intelligence put gold in the dirt. Go and draw it. You don't have the technology, you are praying.
Majority of the people who are praying every midnight, open financial doors somewhere. You don't have to pay any tithe to become successful. I'm telling you. You don't have to sow any seed to become successful. God doesn't need money in heaven. In this life, there are only two ways to make money.
Senior, you're welcome to Konnected Minds Podcast.
Thank you, bro.
You're welcome to Konnected Minds Podcast. You have been here twice. But a year ago, myself and you, we had a great conversation. So today, for the purpose of our audience, we'll keep it 99.99% English. The rest can be pidgin. You're welcome to Konnected Minds Podcast, my viewers and my listeners. Today, I've assembled giants. Indeed, these are the people changing the mindsets of the average African on the streets. A few years ago, conversations about buying shares, starting a business, and being an entrepreneur was not that common among the young people. But these men have made it possible. Now, today, a lot of young people are into entrepreneurship, and I'm very glad that they've chosen today to be a day they also want to come and have further conversations with us. So if it's your first time watching and listening, subscribe and become part of the family. My name is Derek Abaite. And don't miss it. These giants are going to be at KNUST on the 9th of September at Great Hall. So if you don't have your ticket, this is the right time to get it before we get deep into the conversation. That will shift your mind and change your perspective about how money works and how to make one for yourself. So today we have Coach Ekoweshon and my senior man, Engineer Kwabena Obendakun, who is an entrepreneur. These are both business coaches and financial experts. They both have their own businesses they've been running for years. And now listen to me. This is my first question, Senior. Why is it important to have business mindsets?
I think it's necessary for Africans, you understand, to develop that kind of mindset, because to me, there is shortage of employment in Africa. You understand? There is shortage of employment in Africa. You understand? But there are no shortages of products and services. But it's unfortunate that when you go to, let's say, our secondary schools, we don't have something like entrepreneurship. They don't teach entrepreneurship in our secondary schools. I don't know if they teach, because, we have agric science, we have visual arts, general arts. You understand what I'm saying? But we don't have something like, how do you say, is this entrepreneurship, whatever.
Yeah. But is it important? But why is it important?
It's important because, like I said earlier, there is shortage of employment in Africa. Now, at this moment, if you are going to university, right, you complete university and you will not get a job. So it is better, like the younger ones, those who are coming, they should have that kind of mindset to see if I'm going to school and I complete university, I complete Legon or university, and I don't get somebody to employ me, I can start my own thing. So I think we need to develop, it's a skill that we have to develop right from childhood. Because wearing suit and tie, it doesn't work. It doesn't work anymore in Africa. It doesn't work. How can you wake up in the morning, you bath, you go to work, and at the end of the month, your salary is let's say, it's not even more than $500 as a teacher, a nurse.
But there are people who are comfortable with that lifestyle.
They are not comfortable, brother. They are not comfortable. Comfortable in what sense? That you cannot pay your children's school fees. That you've taken like bank loans, 3 or 4. Like you can't buy a plot of land unless you take a bank loan. You can't build a house, buy a car unless you take a. How many teachers, like with all due respect, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, or police officers can, let's say, buy a plane ticket, take their family to, let's say, Paris or Dubai for holidays. How many of them?
Senior, do you have a number for us? I don't have the data.
I have no idea. But obviously, I mean, one ticket is how much? And look at the salary.
But so what's your view on what he's saying about business mindset and why it's important?
I don't think there are some questions that we should ask as Africans, particularly Ghanaians. If you go to some countries, one company can employ 1,000 people at a time. How many companies in our country can employ even 200 people at a time? It shows that, we are grooming people from our secondary schools, from our universities, to come and somebody should pay them. Of course, that's the design of the school. But you see, the whole concept of this modern education came because some people came here to colonize us. All right. Before they came, we had our own way of educating our people. And it was not sit down, be trained, write CV after school, then somebody will pay you one monthly salary. That was not the design. And I don't think it has changed that much. And that's why we're still struggling to close the gap in terms of employment. I don't think that our leaders should keep on, giving us these statistics on unemployment rate, because if you look at the uniqueness of our situation, we only have to tell our people there are problems that you solve, and once you solve them and you can monetize them, you can live your life without somebody giving you monthly salary. That is the reality that we live in. When we were children, 30 years ago, we had graduate unemployment. At this stage in my life, I'm still hearing the same thing, which means not much has changed.
Do you think that in the West, these countries don't have problems with unemployment?
I think the numbers are not as ours.
Right.
Ghana, how many universities do we have? I mean, the last time JHS people wrote the exam was about 500,000 or so. SS people, just about the same. My assumption is half should go to tertiary. That's
half?
Yes, I'm thinking teacher training, agri colleges, universities, private universities, public universities. I'm just thinking, if you assume that we have half of them in our universities and other tertiaries, that's about 300,000 or 250 to 300,000. Now, if every year you are bringing these numbers out, look at the number of jobs that you are creating. Do you get me?
I get
Which
it.
means that if you continue to tell them that when you come out, somebody should give you a job, and you are not creating jobs, you are creating frustration. And that's why our mind is on traveling.
Okay, so there has been conversations we've had where people have said that the purpose of education is not to get a job. What's your view on that?
Yeah, but it's true. I mean, it's true. Yeah, to me, yeah, it's true. Why do you have to go to school? You spend it's 20 years, right? From 20 years, and after school, you need somebody to employ you.
So the point they were trying to make was that almost as if the person doesn't get a job after university, it's okay. They've got other skills. There are other things they can work with that they learned from school.
Like what?
Thinking skills, critical thinking, leadership skills. They would have a network of people that should, in case, they do something in the future, they can, network with these people and get help from these people. The point we're trying to make is, if the focus of education becomes job, then it loses the essence of education itself.
Structured classroom kind of education, I think the design was to produce employees. That's why they give you a profession: engineer, accountant, social worker, because that was the setup. Somebody had to be a business person, open a factory, and he would need so-called experts or professionals to work with them. I think that was the reason they designed school. I don't think they designed school so that you go through it and become successful. They didn't have to. I mean, if that were true, look at the people who control the world's economy. Where do their children go to school? what do they teach them? Are you sure that the same thing that they teach us in school is what they teach them at home? They wouldn't be able to manage the wealth that they leave them. So there's this wholesale information that they give us to make you feel that you've been given an education to face life. So I think it's just like somebody going to learn trade. You go to school and you come out. Go to the websites of a lot of our universities and see who are they training them, where are they training them to go and look for a job. That's it. It's there. Our graduates are being employed in top institutions in the country. That's the essence. The other ones are deviations. So the main import of especially the university education, is so that you can come out and somebody should give you a job. And look at the things that we praise in our country. If they are having an anniversary or some programs, the people who completed those schools, who do they hail? It's not the people who have been employed. How many times do you see them?
And the business people as well.
Many times.
Those that have created business out of them. Because they are the ones that go back and then build blocks
but
for
even
them.
that, they don't really give them the praise. I think those who are holding multinational positions, government positions, those are the ones that they praise more than somebody who has a provision shop somewhere out of Kumasi University. They don't.
I don't think education means you need to sit in the classroom. Mm-hmm. You understand? So let's say that mechanic who has been fixing your car, he's not a graduate. You understand? But when you have a problem, you go to the mechanic for him to fix your car for you. He's not a graduate. Does it mean that guy is not educated? Somebody who, like the contractor that, wired this place, maybe he's not a graduate. Does it mean he's not educated? You understand what I'm saying? So education means you don't have to sit in the classroom before you can be educated.
So we need to let people who are going through that system understand that they are not necessarily going to get a job after, and that they should look at business as an alternative. Is it alternative or is the main thing?
That is a system, you understand? And this system has been there, you understand, for so many years to keep people poor, especially in Africa. You understand what I'm saying? How many professors in this country can confidently say that I have $500,000 or $200,000? Me, I've been going to China and I was in a flight. One young lady sitting by me holding $200,000 from Makola going to China. You understand what I'm saying? So this whole thing about go to school, you have to be educated. Massa, you don't have to sit in the classroom before you can be educated. Knowledge, you can acquire knowledge. And I believe in self-education. I don't believe in this whole thing about go to school and after school. I believe in self-education. You understand what I mean? And I believe that we need to also have trade schools here in Africa, let's say in Ghana. You understand? So that, let's say, if I complete university, I complete secondary school, you understand what I'm saying? Let's say I can say that, okay, I want to be a shoemaker.
And then you go to a trade school for that,
vocational school. But we don't have vocational school. Why are they? Why are they? I think the only vocational school that we have here is cooking. Meat pie, going to learn meat pie. Bread. Like bread. We don't have those trade schools here. We don't have it. But we need trade schools here in the country. If we want to succeed as a country, we need them. We don't need, not everybody wants to, we go to university, I want to become a lawyer. And because they can argue, the lawyer, they can argue very well. So they think these people are so because they can speak good English. You don't have to speak good English you don't need English language to even succeed in life. You don't need that certificate. You understand? That certificate to even succeed in life.
Do you have
you need education, but you don't need certificate.
Yeah. Do you have some of those certificates?
I don't have a certificate.
Is that why you are so much?
It's not. Is that why? But am I not successful?
You are. I just want to figure out that
I don't need that certificate. I don't need it. I don't need it to do what?
So when did you realize that?
This was about 15 years ago. You understand what I'm saying? 15 years ago, like I said the other time. See, years back, life was so difficult for me. You understand what I'm saying? And I decided to study successful people. And I realized that those successful people, there is something they know that, like the ordinary poor person, they don't know. So I decided to study them. Study why is this guy successful? Why? So I decided to study them. And I realized that all the successful people, they have something in common. It is that they have a certain scale or a business. Because in this life, there are only two ways to make money. You need a product or service to make money. And all the successful people in our world, they have it.
And it wasn't about certificate. So my senior man here, Kwabena Obendako, is an engineer.
Yes.
So he has the certificate. Yes. Right. What's your view on what Eko is saying?
Eko said it rightly. Education is different from school. The one that we have is the boxers to go to school.
Yeah.
The knowledge is contained. Mm-hmm. But what you need in life to succeed is education. And that one, especially personal education. And because then you teach yourself for life.
Let me stop you here for a minute. So if it's your first time watching Konnected Minds, or you have been here before but still have not subscribed, do us a favor, because majority of the people that watch our videos have not subscribed. This doesn't help us grow beyond what we expect. So help us by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you. Now let's get back to the conversation.
You can't become successful in life holistically just because you have an engineering degree. I mean, do you know how many engineers who don't understand life? I mean, there are critical things in life that you know what your life is about, that your life is relevant. You have character.
Yep.
You have some level of advantage over money, family, health, even influence in society. These things, which course in the university is teaching any particular discipline? This. So if you want to face life and build it, you may have to go somewhere and get those. So it means that those who didn't sit in any particular classroom to study physics or chemistry may not necessarily be disadvantaged because they still are open,
right,
to learn the basics that you need for life. So there's life education and there is school kind of education. And many of us think that once we have the school kind, it means we are equipped enough. Uh-huh. And I will not even place it more than 10%.
Right. So
of the information you need.
So it's a combination of the two.
I will not say the combination of the two. What you need for life, there's life education you need for life. And there's school one that is defined.
Yeah.
That's what many of us were pushed through. And they told us that once you go through that, you become successful.
Yeah.
But the one you need to succeed in life is the life one. It's not the school one. The school one, we had no choice, so they push us through. That's why I'm speaking English here. I can write my name. But really, that does not mean there are a lot of people who can write their names and still cannot pay their children's school fees.
What I'm trying so hard to get out of this is that we are not rubbishing that system that we have been put through.
No.
The reason why we are all able to understand each other and communicate, so that we don't rubbish that and say, okay, if it is success you are looking for in the society, then it goes beyond your certificate. You need the other things you've mentioned.
So let me say something. If you want to become let's say you want to become a businessman in future, why do you have to waste your time at the university? Going to university is waste of time. If you want to become a footballer, why do you have to go to university?
What if the football doesn't work out?
But there are other alternatives. But there are so many people who have completed universities and they are poor. So many of them. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't think I decided not to go to university. I don't need it. You don't need university education. You don't need a degree certificate. Certificate is just a decorated paper. You don't need it. And I'm not saying like people should not go to university. That's not what I'm saying. But if you see yourself as somebody that, let's say you want to become an entrepreneur, why do you have to go to university? Take your time and learn. You understand what I'm saying? Learn from people, like great people. Like in Ghana, we don't have trade schools, which I think we need to have more trade schools here in Ghana, in Africa. You understand what I'm saying?
So say you have this young person who is 17 years old and he wants to be a business person. What are some of the skills you think they need if that is more important than the degree they can have in a business school?
So first of all, you have to train your mind on how to get things done. So for example, if I want to become an air conditioning specialist, when you go to YouTube, it is there.
They should be a YouTube student rather than go to.
You see, we shouldn't deceive ourselves. We shouldn't. We should not deceive. It's like we are trying to deceive. It is not working. This school thing is not working. It's not working anymore.
Sina, what's your view on that?
He is not wrong.
That
I think
17-year-old.
you see, you're expecting something from something that is not designed to give.
Okay.
It's just like me finishing primary school and knowing how to, pronounce A, B, C, D. It's okay, you pronounce it. But if they say that you're going to face life because you can write A, B, C, D, that's different. We are talking about life. But I don't know why we bring school as the holistic preparation for life. I think that's why somebody will finish. There are many of our young minds who have finished university and still don't know what to do with their lives because we expect too much from this particular entity. It's okay somewhere. It's if you go some, that's okay. If you don't go some, you can still give yourself that training for life. You see, that's where the difference should be. You are putting so much importance on this. And so when you have it and you cannot leave, then you feel like you're a failure. But in the first place, you didn't have what it will take you to build this life that you have been made to believe that this particular... It's just like you train a carpenter. And then you're expecting that carpenter to do surgery on you. The training is different. We are talking of life.
Okay.
We are talking of succeeding in life. School trains you to be able to read, academic, and even our school. Did we design this current education ourselves?
No.
What was the beginning of it? Some Europeans came and said that we have to put you through school, you have to civilize you, to think and behave as us, but not as the best of us, but as our service. And so you are speaking your own language. They say you will not use that language to be taught in that school that they brought.
Today,
Yes.
if a young person wants to become a doctor,
Yes.
they know they have to go to medical school for between 4 to 7 years. If they want to specialize, they do extra years to become a consultant, whatever it is. Now, if somebody wants to prepare themselves for life, where is the curriculum for that?
That one is for life.
So where do you get that from?
That's personal education. That's what we talk about.
Yeah, but what are we learning? What? You know that in medical school is a structured system.
Yes.
So this is the learning outcomes for term 1.
Yes.
For life, what is it?
You don't need that structured system.
Life does not give you structure.
You don't need
program. They told you that somebody should. You see, that's why the school people, when they come to you, the questions that they ask after they have gone through the school, you see that they want a template. They want an example. They want mentorship.
Yes.
They want you to give them the exact procedures that they have to follow, because that is the regimen they went through. But life is not like that, and that's why when you have come out of school, you are afraid to take risk, because life is full of uncertainties. So you have to be prepared to face.
But where do you get that preparation from?
It comes from you developing you.
Now it's easy. In the 80s, it wasn't easy. Now it is easy. That your smartphone, your laptop, everything is there. You understand? But in the 80s, 90s, it wasn't like that. But now everything, go to ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT, how can I do this? ChatGPT step by step will give you everything.
So if people are not doing it, then what is stopping them?
They don't know.
Okay.
That is, they are not aware. You understand? They are not aware that such information exists. You see, when people I can say that 80% of the 90% of the people when they go on social media.
Look, today this conversation it will blast.
When they go on social media, do you know the things that they watch?
No.
They listen to all sorts of. I don't want to mention names. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to mention names. Now, go to TikTok and you see, this lady was in China and this blah, blah, blah. And you see 50,000 people watching, listen to, excuse me to say, something that will not benefit. It will not, they will add value to them. But let's say if my brother here, Obenda Akun, is on live, can Obenda Akun have 10K people watching him.
No.
Well, isn't it because the conversation about money sometimes can feel very uncomfortable for
Because
some
there's
people?
responsibility involved. And many people don't want responsibility. They want magic. And so the things that will not put the work in their hands, you have to build it. And that's why many people will struggle in life, because they are waiting for something supernatural to happen to them. The program of people is for, if you're watching football, are you thinking? You're just enjoying. If you're dancing to music, are you thinking?
Yeah, but can we take that out of life?
No, don't take it, but it should not be the main.
There are certain, this is the last time that I watched this football, like English Premier, was the first time that Chelsea won the English Premiership. No, the Champions League. I used to be full-time Chelsea fan, but at a certain point in time, I said, no, what am I doing to myself? This is nonsense. All these people are these people are millionaires, multi-millionaires. You understand? And you see, the funny thing is that these guys who are using their data, Wi-Fi, they don't have money to watch Neymar. They know everything about Neymar. They know everything about what's their name? Messi. You understand?
Ronaldo.
They know their lifestyle. They know everything. But can these people who spend so many hours to watch Neymar, they know their lifestyle, their girlfriends, whatever, can they spend that hours to invest in themselves? They can't. Can they go to the internet? You understand what I'm saying? And consume information that will add value to them? They can't. But they will sit down, football, go! They're happy. Happy for what? But at a certain point in life, you need to understand that, Charlie, without money or without, let's say, there are certain basic things you need in life. And those things you can acquire them. It's just around you. It's just around you. You see, but our people are not ready to look for it. So my point is, for example, why do you have to spend 4 years or whatever in school? And after school, your mother, who was a kinky seller, on that junction, paid your school fees, whatever, your hostel fee, everything. And after 2 years, you still have to depend on your mother. What does it mean? It means that even that knowledge that you acquired from university is not even relevant. I'm telling you, it's not relevant, because that your mom, who didn't go to school, can, after selling kinky or tomatoes, carpenter, your father is a carpenter. You, after 2 years, you can still go to your father. In the name of I'm looking for a job, and your father will be giving you money every day, chop money every day. You go to your father for money. You depend on your parents, your poor parents. My question is, why don't you even think about taking that carpentry job? You don't have to be necessarily have to be a carpenter, and rebrand that business. Do you get what I'm saying? But this same person will go and watch Champions League, whatever, Konnected Minds Podcast is there. No, I don't have data. They will come. I don't have data. Will pay money to go to Independence Square for 30th December. I'm not saying that it's not important.
But when you are poor, it's a poor.
When you are a poor man should not entertain himself or herself. When you are poor, you are poor. You are poor. Don't entertain yourself. You need financial freedom to entertain yourself. When you wake up in the morning, your children are supposed to go to school. If your children don't go to school, you don't waste your time. Let me tell you something. Me, I've suffered though. You know, you are from that. We used to go to Achim. If you know Achim Ostrasi, we used to, when those days, very young, we used to go to farm. When we vacate, we go to Charlie. At a certain point in time, when I said, no, this kind of life, God forbid. I don't want to be involved in going to farm. No. So I have to chart a new path. And nobody told me that I have to be aware of, whatever is going on in my life. I sat down one day and said, no, Chelsea, whatever, radio. I don't listen to radio. I don't watch TV. Why should I listen to politics in the morning politics, in the afternoon politics, in the evening politics. Why should I watch telenovela? It doesn't make sense. But these same poor people are the ones consuming this unnecessary information on our TV and on radio. Do you understand what I'm saying? But when they will complain that they don't have data, when you are on live, you have to make it fast because I don't have data.
Yeah, I was about to say. So there was a time I posted a video and I was teaching about leverage on Snapchat, and someone commented, "Charlie, we are talking too slowly fast. I don't have data."
Listen, life is a choice. When you are struggling, when you are poor, you must know what to choose. What you do with your resources, what to do with
But
your
if
time.
the poor person knew what to choose, they wouldn't be poor.
But that's why they are hearing this. You see, everybody gets a chance to hear something that will lift them from their misery. Human beings are not that dumb.
Like I heard, I'm not like I heard Bishop Oyedepo said, you have to build a library. Like you have to build a library. I said, I'll build a library. Bro, continue.
Yeah, so life is fair, and I dare say God is fair. So even though you were born in that, there will be some conditions, some experience that will bring some kind of entry into you lifting yourself up. If you don't have what to eat, where to sleep, you're confused about your life, you cannot continue to sedate yourself. The world, as we see it, is designed to keep a lot of people confused. And that's why they bombard us with a lot of entertainment. You see, the world does not argue when you're struggling. But anytime that they put anything that will lift you out of your bondage, then they come out with arguments. And that's why those who succeed in this life are people who have sobriety of heart. They are people who are ready to learn. Those who are ready, they are like dry sponge. If you don't have that disposition, it will be very difficult for you to succeed in life. All right. And so when you are in a situation and it's difficult, and you're still arguing, talking back, you'll be there forever. Because the world is designed to make sure that they'll feed you with politics in the morning. Who told us that the very thing that you need in the morning is politics? Look at the things that we discuss on our radio. From morning to evening, tell me which one of them will add value to you if you're struggling. Because the very things that will help you to lift yourself so that the system does not crush you or take advantage of you, it's not something that is on wholesale. They do not put them there. You have to go and search for them. The precious things in life, they're not everywhere. You must go and look for them. And that's the sacrifice that you have to make. And that's why poverty is by default, not riches. So if you see a bare land, what will germinate on that bare land is not organized fruit.
It's weed.
It's weed, because that's the system. Entropy. All right? But if you want something, so anytime that you go anywhere that is organized, I can be certain that over 90% of the time, somebody is intentional about it. So there's intentionality. So when you're a young man and you want to succeed, you must be intentional about your life. And what are the priorities that you have to pay attention to? Your finances is key. Money is like blood in your system. If your system does not have blood, you're gone. In this life, almost everything that you're crying for has some link
With money.
So you must have the information, how to make it, how to organize it, and how to make sure that you have enough to live for yourself and for others and for your family. If you don't have this primary education, you don't have education.
Yeah.
And that's why intentionally they took all your degrees and they took this out. So you come out of school and you still don't have a sense of priority of what is critical or the most critical things in life. You don't know. And that's why they debate. But once you're debating, you think you are rehearsing for life. You're not rehearsing for life. You are living life. Life is life incarnate. So that's why somebody can go through life up to 50 years. They're still unaware. Their minds are on suspension. Because the most important things in life, they're playing with them. If you see a child is a child because they are not responsible for anything. They don't know where life is going. There are many people without any plan for their lives. They don't know where their life is going because the basic information they need, they didn't have it. So they are not in full control of their lives. They don't even have self-confidence to say that this life, one of the feelings that you have when you are not confident or when you don't know what you're doing or when you're wasting your destiny is that every time you get up in the morning, you don't feel like you are in charge of your life. You feel like something else is in charge of your life. The moment you become aware, you start to be intentional about your life. How you spend your time, where you go, what you eat, the people you talk to, what you read, what you watch. It means that now you have become alive. That's where the consciousness comes in. You can't succeed in this life when you are asleep. And many people are asleep. When you are struggling and watching football, you are asleep. You can't pay your rent and you are watching MP debating on unnecessary things. You are asleep. Life will beat you. And life is dangerous when you are poor. Right? So when we talk about we are not trivializing school. The truth is that we have to come to that point to tell them to change it. So long as we think it's important and we see the results, then they won't change it. They have nothing. You go to university, some people are spending their life to read courses that no value, no skill, nothing, only talking. And that's why sometimes when do they even get into a critical position in a country, they can't really think with solution because of the training that they had. Because some of the courses, we don't need them. They're irrelevant. But people will spend 4 years with degrees in them. And they will even tell you they have first class in something which is useless. You know, so you want to build a nation. And yet look at the tools that you're giving to the young minds. So they come out, all that they can do is talk. You give them the work, they can't deliver. There's no execution. Why? Because the training was insufficient. You know, so we are not, we say we are not trivializing, but I mean, for me, you can even trivialize it, and it will not be a problem at all. Because what is important is the resource. And if you look at the resources, it's not good, look at the process. And what is training our people? What information are they getting? What do they even think is important?
Well, then, it's the same system that our leaders have gone through.
Okay, so we judge ourselves by the resource. If you think you're comfortable with the resource, then no problem. Are you okay with what you're saying? Look at the minds of talk to any young man. Ask 10 of them or 100 of them. Do you see your future in Ghana or you have to travel? Ask yourself that. If you're doing a good job, they'll be very confident to create their own destiny here. They'll be ready to fight to develop our country. It means that you're doing a good job. They will have the skill and the expertise to say that I can build it wherever I am. If they are not saying that, it means you're not doing a good job. It's not because people want to travel anywhere. No.
It's because the politicians are not doing their job.
No, of course, no. I mean, 69 years of independence, right? Or 60.
1957, so 69.
It's almost 70 years.
What have we as a country? We cannot even connect Accra to Kumasi Road. We can't fix it. You understand what I'm saying? You see, the kind of politicians that we have, it's not that they are corrupt, but to me, they don't have what it takes to develop the country. They are not. Some of them are not smart enough. I have to use that word, sorry, but some of them are not smart enough. You see, the fact that somebody can debate on radio doesn't mean that person is. I mean, when you give a position to that person, he is fit for that position. You see, you will see somebody who has built a school outside this continent, and that person will be a deputy minister. You understand what I'm saying? You know where I'm coming from? And somebody who has never, like, the person has zero knowledge about education, and that person will be a minister. Does it make sense to you? We don't know what we are doing, bro. We spend so much money on Black Stars. Black Stars have 30-something years of, giving them qualification bonus, something bonus, winning bonus. I think the last time they won the AFCON was about 30-something years ago. But we keep on, investing money in Black Stars, millions of dollars.
Yeah, but don't you think that's also a part of, the society that's needed?
We need to collapse GFA. We need to collapse that GFA. You understand? If the GFA, the GFA, whatever, the president, and if GFA is his own business,
will he run it the way he's running?
So it means that we have people who claim that they have like PhD, speak good English, blah, 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 but they are not competent. Bro, they are not competent to look at Accra. Accra is very dirty. That is the reason why I will not come out from my house and clean gutter. I will not do it. Because there are people who are supposed to do it. They've been paid. There are people who are in charge of that. They are supposed to do it. I'm not like a negative person, whatever. But you see, the system must work. If the system is working, we will not come from like just come out and say we are going to do general clean. And when we bring this dirt or whatever from the gutter, we don't clear it. We put it. In front of the gutter, right, or whatever you call it. Yeah. Then we leave it there. Now, tell me, when you go to an advanced country, these people they travel to so many places every week. They are London, whatever. Have you seen the white man? The way they construct this? Is that how they construct gutters or in their country? They don't do that. So the thing is, the prototype. The thing is that if they are smart? I'm not saying not all are leaders. So I'm saying some. Let me use the correct word here. Some of them are not smart. You understand? And some of they don't have to. You see, even MPP. When I see MPP, they have this song. They have this song. MPP is here to save Ghana, whatever. To save Ghana from what? 8 years, the dollar was 16 cedis. We have so-called professor, the economic messiah, whatever. And the dollar was 16 cedis. So what are they coming to do? They travel, they go to Europe, America, go to Dubai, they travel all over. They cannot copy what the white man is doing and bring. That simple thing, they cannot do it. When you go to medical school, there's a saying that you have to watch what your professor is doing. You assist your professor. Now they say you assist your professor. You watch what the professor is doing. Then you do the same thing. Is that what we are seeing?
And this is all a product of the education that they have received.
Of course. So we need to change everything. We need to change. There are so many things we need to change.
The system is
not working.
What's your view on that? On the system?
The system is doing what it was designed to do. Go back to the beginning of the kind of education we have now. It was religious. It was for religion. It was not for creativity and thinking. But when you say it, they want to come after you. That's it. The other day, some school was celebrating 185 something. Who brought that school? So their intention was for you to, for them to convert us to a particular religion and culture, not school or proper school. You're supposed to develop the minds of the people so that they can solve problems.
So the same people at the top have gone through the same system.
The same system, yes.
And it's an ecosystem. The education, the skill development, the execution, even the supporting institutions, and the intentionality, the willingness of heart to say that we want to do this. It's an ecosystem. When you go to any place that is organized, it's not just one of them. It's everything. Right from the way they were conditioned from the beginning, and how supervisory roles are even assigned, and how they are monitored. You said something. If you are paying attention, you can see that if you are intentional to develop and organize your society, we will see it. If you are trying to just patch them, we will see that.
Now, so this is where the young people complain about the system. They say we are all ready to start a business. We are happy to do all of that. But the system is not conducive enough to allow us to be able to do that.
But where is the system conducive enough for the African? Where is it? What you eat, maybe. But after 30 years, they come with what? This is where we have to build. Something was hungry on us. We have to change it. And if you think that the system is not right here, therefore you move somewhere, no problem. So when is it going to change? We are the ones to change them. So don't expect. I don't have the thinking that somebody somewhere, some politician somewhere, some government somewhere will make things right so that you come. I don't see it. I think they are thinking of their life and their profile and what they will do for themselves more than you. So if you're a young man and you are there and you think somebody's thinking how you become successful, go ahead and think like that. I don't think.
Have you also realized that they rally the young ones, the innocent young ones behind them?
Yes.
And now they start getting themselves into trouble.
Yeah. It's because they are not smart. It's because those guys are not smart. Now, you see the trend. Yuko has started inviting our former ministers, whatever. And you see these same people that are crying that there are no jobs, you don't have money. Why is that? We are poor, Africa, we are poor. When you go to Europe, blah, blah, I want to go to... And somebody has taken 50-something million Ghana cedis. I'm not saying, like, that's true. It's going on. And you are complaining that there are no jobs. So you think Africa is not, like Ghana is not a good place to be, whatever. And you go to Yoko to demonstrate that, free, some social and so, free. It means that we are not serious. You see, the politicians are using our people as raw materials. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes. Because they realize that they are not serious. They are not serious. So if you are not serious, how many of them, have you seen this demonstration? Have you seen their children be part of going on demonstration? You understand what I'm saying? So I believe that we as parents, we have responsibility to teach our children. That's why when some of my videos said, if your parents are poor, don't take financial advice from your parents. And I said, Maza, unless they have financial, you understand? What are you going to learn from your parents? I am teaching my children that, Master, you don't need to get a job. And I've been telling them, you don't need to get a job. So, but when we're young, when you have money, you like money. You understand? I remember growing up, you see that you have Milo, milk, sardine. They'll not give it to you. I don't know. Okay, maybe you are coming from a rich home, so there's something they call cyborg, or what's the name? Cyborg, or they will just use the milk to design the cyborg. Or the cyborg, what? They will just put TV in the middle of that, and they will not even you will drink Coke unless it's December. That even that Coke crown, 3 children of you are 5.
You share it.
You understand what I'm saying?
But you are talking about Coke. It was squash.
Squash. You understand what I'm saying? So, and those I used to hear my mother, my grandmom, Ghana is hard. In the 80s, so Ghana is hard. And I used to hear my mom saying, growing up, Ghana is hard. So this Ghana is hard and started from way back. And I told myself that, I see Ghana is not hard. Ghana is the best place to make money if you are smart. If you are smart.
So you think the people that are not making money, they are not smart?
I'm not saying they are not smart. They are not. Some of them are not aware. You understand? Their mind on some of them. Their mind is on vacation. It's on leave. Yeah, it's on vacation. That's what I'm saying. Because nobody told me to be serious in life. I come from a poor home. I'm not from a rich home. I'm not from that. At a certain point, I said, no, this thing will not continue. Let me tell you something. See, there are opportunities around us. So many opportunities in Africa. So many of them opportunities in Africa. So if you see somebody and say, there are no opportunities, you are just like you are not being serious. Because see, here in Ghana or in Africa, you can wake up tomorrow and put watermelon, banana in front of like
even your own house.
Your own house. But in Europe, it's not like that. You can get a container somewhere. You can go to Accra, like I'm speaking to you today. You can go to Accra. And if you have 200 cities, 300 cities, you see, it is easy to start a business in Africa. It is easy to succeed in Africa if you are smart.
Man, it's also the same continent that has a lot of unemployment issues. People are complaining they don't have...
Because the way they have been programmed to think. You understand what I'm saying? See, when you go to India, they did their research, and they would tie a young elephant with chain in the concrete, like concrete or something like that. So when the baby elephant is growing, the elephant will try to move, try. It cannot move. So at certain time, at certain age, they will just remove the chain and put just a stick or something, and put just a rope and tie the elephant. The elephant cannot move because the elephant has been programmed
To think it's still the same concrete.
Yeah.
That is how we have been conditioned to think.
It's a mental problem. Absolutely. It's a mental problem. It's not poverty. It's not because we don't have opportunities. It's information we have. The software is not right. And the humans operate with software. The culture, the training, the information, the exposure. But you know what to think about. The mental processes. We are responsible for what we see. That's why others will come because they have different software. In no time, they are organized. They identify things differently. What you see is based on what you're thinking about, isn't it? And what you think about based on what you know. And what you know means what you've been exposed to. And so when the exposure is wrong, when the training is wrong, when the sayings are wrong, you grow a program, just like the same elephant that I could talk about. It's not anything, but you can move it because you're conditioned. And we're only reflecting our thinking anyway. The shirt that you chose, even the design here, is based on your mental processes. Mm-hmm. When we see anything that you are doing, how you put things together, they're based on what you think and how you think. The training that you have had. And that's where we have to. And that's why I think our most critical duty as a people is to change that software. And that's exactly what you're doing. It's not the money. It's not giving people money, no. Because you can give people millions. If they don't know what to do, they will destroy it. So people think that you should give people, no, until the mental processes are right. Don't give the money. It's just like you pouring money in the leak water or in the leak basket. You lose it. So the duty as an African, as a young man, is to make sure that you don't grow or you don't continue this wrong thinking. Because we were born into an environment where the thinker, you are so likely to have wrong thinking. The way you see yourself, the way you think of us, a lot of the things that train us are entirely wrong. Even through our universities, watch our TV. Even from the pulpit. Sometimes when our leaders are talking on TV, you know that this information will make people poor. So if you don't give yourself different information,
then you become just like them.
That's it.
But then sometimes is it because the people even giving the message, the leaders themselves don't know because they were
coming from the same
system.
They are coming from the same system. Africa's problem is that one. A people cannot, when you don't have right self-image, everything else you will present to be wrong. Which people talk so negatively about themselves? Which people are trying to look or to become like any other people but themselves? Which people hardly accept who they are? Look at our names. Look at our skin color. Even our language, we fight it. We are other people are so ready to sell to us because they know that we are ready to buy from them than ourselves. Where from that? It's the conditioning. So that's why the African who succeed here will be an African who has worked on that one.
I see.
At a certain level. And be proud of the success here. And that if you take that success from that person, they will still be able to build it. Those Africans are very different. The software is different. The primary processing data is different. I'm telling you. That's why they are consistent in their language. They are consistent in their action. A lot of the things that you need to succeed, you can have them checked in their lives. Because they have given themselves different kind of education. If you don't have that kind of education, the default setting will work. That will be you wait for the government, you wait for God, you're looking for visa, you're waiting for somebody to give you funding, you're looking for political connection. Visa is something that fascinates you. If you marry a white girl, it means that you're blessed. You worship white Jesus. When you wear suit and tie, it means that you are civilized. Those. Because there are so many of our people here who are doing well, who you can still trick.
Right.
You can still trick.
They still fall for.
That's it. These things, because we were born into it. When you are going to school, once you get to primary one, if you went to maybe, they start to teach you English, is it? S-O.
So. G-O, go.
But I was speaking my mother's language. Why would I not continue with that? What was wrong with my language? My name is Kwabena Bendako. At home, I go to school, they have to add another English name. What was wrong with my name?
Yeah.
Now, if you put somebody through these processes and they grow up, it's not easy for you to
Lost
continue.
identity.
That's
right?
it. So when they bring the contract, it says sign the gold for them. Would it be difficult for you to sign the gold? 3%, it will not be easy. It will not be difficult because already you are broken. The guy, have you seen watch our TV, anytime that you see any investor, do they look like you? And so the young man is just reflecting the programming. And that's why I'm saying that if you want to deal with that, give yourself different kind of education. Not the one that they are giving to you in school. Because if that were enough, you will not be that less self-confident. You'll be confident. Education is supposed to make you see yourself like, I can do it no matter what. That's an education, wherever I am. That's an education. To become who you are.
Wherever I am.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it. So in my village, if I'm properly trained, I will see opportunities. I will never see that there's nothing in this village. And yet you look around and there's big land and you still can't see opportunity until some Chinese man comes, opens a business and employs you and gives you 1,000. And you're very happy. And you're sitting on gold and you don't even see it. Because you can't see yourself as you can. If you wear green glass, yeah, everything becomes what?
Green. Yeah.
Green. If you're negative, everything becomes negative.
So at this point in the conversation, I'd love you to drop your comments, the notes you're making, the thoughts you have about what we are discussing in the comments right now. And just to remind you that we are taking Coach Eko Ishon and my senior man, Kwabena Obendako, to Kumasi for Konnected Minds Live 2026. It happens only once in a year. And you have to be there because the conversation has just started. This is a platform that has changed a lot of people's lives. They could not imagine what they themselves could do, but we have opened the platform for people to be able to think bigger and build bigger. So I'll see you in Kumasi. The link is in the description and also in the comments. You can click and grab yourself a seat. Now let's get back to the conversation. Then there are the people who graduate from the surroundings we have here, gather money, and travel abroad. Now, there are two types of people. There are the people whose parents take them because they are young enough, they want them to go and carry on with their education there, like myself. And then there are the people who, then they hustle up, then they gather money. They are doing some business here. In fact, some of them will even sell their lands and sell their houses and then travel abroad because they've done everything they can. It still doesn't work out in their own eyes. What's your view on such people?
If you went and you were a child like yourself, you had no choice because then you were living on the decisions of
your parents.
Yes. But as an adult, if you still think that you can't have any opportunities here, the problem is the knowledge that you have. And this is what our people don't want to hear. Because if you project into 30, 40 years, life lived is freedom. Okay? And you can't reach freedom until you have the truth. And so if at the end of it, you were enslaved, you didn't have the truth. So it means that your judgment was wrong. What I'm saying is that I've never seen any wealthy man whose time is controlled, who is not proud of what he's doing. Never. So what you're chasing is food and water. What we are discussing is wealth, is generational, is freedom, is dignity, is living the best of life that you can. They are not the same. So there's somebody who's just looking for food to eat, and there's another person who wants to build something. They cannot think the same. And so if you have been able to begin something here, and you still think that you want to sell that and go somewhere because you think that is where you can get money, just go and do your sampling. How many, after 30 years, can still be proud of what they do there? The Africans were put in a situation where you should be uncomfortable trying to succeed in your own land. You have to go and become a bond servant. When you use that word, they say it's too harsh, but that's the truth. It doesn't matter the profession. Instead of us to work for the growth of our continent, We are very happy to work for those who have taken millions of us.
But they said,
over all these
look,
years.
if they work here, the money is not enough.
It's not enough. Where they are, how many can stop work for how many months? How many can live without salary? So if the money is enough, why have you worked for 30 years?
What's your view on that?
But to me, I've said it many times. It doesn't make sense to me. To me, it doesn't make sense that you raise over $10,000. Okay, you give that money to a connection man. That connection man himself lives here. He lives in Africa. He doesn't believe in that Europe. He lives here. Collect this money. I want to go to Europe. I want to go to America. You go and you become a second-hand citizen. You understand? It's like you wash bowls. You take care of older people. You change their diet. And then I was talking to somebody yesterday, and he said, whatever you guys have been saying is true. Because see, one thing is that, and this person that I'm talking about will go to where she works, and she will spend like 4 months taking care of this
Old people.
4 months before she will come home. You understand? And this 4 months, she will be indoors. You don't go anywhere. Does it make sense to you? There's somebody who said he doesn't have money, but was able to raise over $10,000 to travel. It means that there is something wrong with you. Excuse me, say there is something wrong. I'm not insulting anybody.
But what should they use the money for?
You have how were you able to raise that money in the first place? Huh? You were able to raise that money to travel, okay? But you cannot see like opportunity around you. See, opportunity does not have a signpost. Opportunity will not announce itself that I'm on an opportunity. No. But you see, when you wake up in the morning and there's this provision shop in your area, and you go and the lady has closed the shop, and there are people asking about this lady doesn't open their shop on time. Something is telling you that you can also start selling water or the same provision shop in that area. Our population, we are over 30 million population. 30 million. In the morning, money is just changing hands from the truck driver to the pharmacist to whatever. Money is just flowing. You understand what I'm saying? We are over 30 million people. One person cannot supply bread in this even the whole Argentine Ghana. One person cannot supply bread. One person cannot supply yam in this whole community. So there are so many opportunities. But you see, we have been programmed to think that what we have, like, we don't have, like, this business is not good. You see, at first, when you see someone who has completed university, and that person, okay, I've completed that, I don't have a job, let me start this fried rice business, or let me start frying yam on the roadside. You see his colleagues will start laughing at him. And I look at this smart guy. Look at you, selling what? Yam on the roadside, Indomie on the roadside. But this same person who is laughing at this guy he's not working on. But he's laughing at his friend who has started Indomie business on the roadside. Yes, so we have been programmed to think that what we have, what we have,
that's it. It's nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And we have accepted it. Bro, there is money in Africa. Money, so much money here. But we are not thinking right. So I don't think that you have to gather money and say, see, if you I'm not promoting China, no. But what I'm saying is somebody is going to China and someone is also going to America. The person, it's the same two people, one with each of them 10,000. The one going to China in 1 year, if the person will be serious and do things right, will succeed more than that guy going to America.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you honestly. Because see, like I said, there are so many things you can do with your life here in Ghana. Now, I went to my hometown 2 weeks ago. I went to Odan. And when I was coming, and I saw people selling plantain, palm oil on the roadside. So what is wrong with us? If you have completed university, common wisdom should tell you that I can buy plantain. Go to villages, bring plantain, yam, kontomire, whatever they call it, cocoyam to Accra, palm oil, and supply in Accra. Because now we are all growing. So I want to eat organic food. I don't want to eat sugar. No, I want to eat organic. So we will buy. But you see, because we have been programmed to think what we have, we don't have. I mean, the things that we have are not good. So we've accepted it. And we think we don't have anything here in Africa. So to me, I will never advise anybody, if you are going to school, go to school. If you are going to your parents, go. But you see, to say that Ghana is not good, so you want to go to America. You see, like it means you are not smart. If you have that kind of mindset, it means like you are not smart. Apart from footballers, apart from Thomas, Lord, footballers, the richest man in Africa, where is he?
He's in Africa. He's in Nigeria.
The richest black man is not in America. The richest black man on earth is not in America.
You're right.
The richest black man is here. He's in Africa. He made his money here in Africa. And I know, you know one thing. And I know some people say, "Oh, you don't know Dangote, or you don't know this guy." I mean, some of our rich men, they are scamming. Master, we should forget about that. That is wrong programming. We've been programmed to them. Everybody who is doing well in Africa, it's a scam or fraud.
Yeah.
I mean, we can succeed here. The best place to succeed in this world is Africa, because here it's easy. It's easy to start anything, easy. But our people are not thinking.
Of course, if you want to succeed, social acceptance is key. Where are we accepted? It's here. It's here that just look at it. Did you have to go through PA and something for me to be here? It's so easy for us. Our major problem is the information. If you have $10,000 and you are very much educated financially, because something worth education, if you really know this, you will never use that to get to America to go and work for hours to get money. If you go to China now, you're 25 years, completed university, bring some product, learn something. If you move around, just pay, just see. The world will be different. I remember when we were in school and we were traveling, we never thought of China. We should have gone to China.
Bro, they've gone.
Yes, we should have gone to China. We should have gone to see the factories, the products, the distribution systems that they had. Not to go and look for work and be paid some dollar. That was a mistake. If you want to create wealth, it's here. And that's why you go to Makola, you see a lot of the women there. They started from the tabletop. Now they are major, major traders. Go to any place in our country. Those who control money. If you put 100 people together, ask them to give you $1 million, whether it's CD or dollar, they will not be the people speaking English. I'm telling you. Their own money. If you go to those economies, if you put 100 people there, ask people to give you this kind of money. It will be those who are doing business.
Bro, how many our so-called brothers and sisters in Africa, how many of them have $10,000 right now? $10,000 sitting in their bank account. $10,000. How many of them? How many of them? You see, this whole thing about I want to travel. To me, like I said earlier, to me, it doesn't make sense.
So why do you think it's been so glamorized?
It's the programming.
Yeah, it's the programming.
They have programmed us to accept that if you don't go to America. See, when we were growing up in Odan, there was this man. This man was so successful, businessman, left everything, moved to America. Hey, I was very young, but I said that this man has made a big mistake. After so many years, this man came back hustling. One guy went to Japan. You have cement business. You are doing so well. And now I've seen people here who are doing so well here in Ghana, in Accra. They still want to travel. You see, you can have the best of life in the most difficult times of life. You understand? When you are under pressure, that is where your mind will start working.
They said, why do you guys just keep talking about money? Your focus is just so much on money. Why?
But this is about money.
Right.
You are talking about business and money. You're talking about people doing well. Somebody is talking about football.
Is there no other?
Because you have categorized this. And of course, a lot of you can't solve poverty with ignorance. All right? You can't solve poverty with financial ignorance. No. So it's not about money. You are solving a particular problem, which is people having money and not making intelligent decisions even with them. Some people have money and they still don't make intelligent decisions with them. A young man has worked. The first 100,000 is going to buy a plot with it, and his business collapsed. Lack of intelligence. He used the capital to build. Now he's looking for Demo, which is responsible. His family's problem, ancestral case. No, it's because of lack of financial information. And so what you're doing is critical, and it's dedicated to financial education, business education, people trying to do something with their lives. It shouldn't be sports and entertainment and religion.
Let me ask something. Do you have a sponsor like this big company? Do you have a sponsor?
No.
So this should tell you, what we are talking about here. But we have people who are not, on social media, they are not doing anything. They are not adding any value. Mm-hmm. But they have big sponsorship. Do you understand that?
I get it.
So I believe that if we want to develop, we need to control information. This kind of democracy thing that we are practicing here will not help us. If Yoko or whatever invites a former government appointee to me, and or the youth, who go to Yoko today, they are disturbing that they should just arrest all of them and prosecute them. Because you are a threat to our democracy. And first of all this politics, morning, afternoon, we need to cancel it. On our TV, whatever. And you see, there's another trend, and it's in Kumasi. You see, somebody will come to the station. They'll be talking about sex, and he slept with me. We need to cancel. We don't need it, bro. If we want to succeed as a country, we need to control information. We need to control the things that people put out. You cannot just come out and prophesy that somebody is going to die, whatever. We have to jail you. You have to go to jail. And when they prophesy and they didn't come to pass, the settings, they will come and we say, when we do this, when they pray, when we should pray.
But you were a pastor before.
And I know that it's not good. It didn't help us. You understand what I'm saying? I've been a pastor. I was a pastor. I said it. I was a pastor some years back. Bro, let us develop our continent. We can do it.
Absolutely.
You agree with that?
Let me tell
you. But if you want to develop, there are some harsh decisions you have to make. And so long as there are some things that are allowed, it means that we are not really determined in developing. Because you cannot develop without the young minds.
You know what the truth is?
Yes.
Our culture will not allow this. Our culture is to give it to God.
Okay. So leave it. So long as you are practicing that, then what do you hope to develop?
It means you cannot develop.
There are things that you have to put on yourself. It's just like somebody who is...
And I've heard a senior NDC chairman. I've heard him on one of the radio stations. He said that, like, when you go to Denmark, Finland, after election, they don't discuss politics again. I've heard him. He has said it so many times. Why should we wake up in the morning and conversations about MPP and NDC? They should be. It doesn't make sense.
That's what
we need to
about.
cancel it.
That's the most important thing. I mean, the most important things you see, the average African
Person discusses
religion, politics, sports, entertainment, our you know, while some people are discussing something different.
And the conversation that they find so difficult to keep is and engage is money.
Yeah.
You
know, of course, say something. You said that, do you have sponsorship? Because those guys don't think that the people must think. No, they don't think. They think that, some people have some core belief that not everybody will do well in life. Not everybody is supposed to be rich. People must struggle so that the system can be in equilibrium. People have this core belief. Some people even say, and saying, I'm saying, so
which one are you?
Which one are you? So you can even have leaders who have this core belief that we must have a session of the youth
struggling.
That's it. Misinformed, so that they can give them so-called power. But I think if you are a leader, proper leader, and you think like that, you're not a leader. Because the best form of leadership is to develop people. And what's the form of development of any people if they are desperate and they do not know what to do with their lives? So if you're a leader and they see you, they see hope. They see that they can do something. It's not you giving some persuasion to them. No, it's about the young minds trying to say, now I can do something myself. So when they follow you, and after 5 years, 10 years, they're still where they are, you're not a leader.
Wow.
You're just a slave master. All right? And unfortunately, the young minds may not know that. But if you follow anybody, it doesn't matter the institution. It could be church, it could be politics, it could be school. After 10 years, you must be able to do something, have something to show that I've also made progress in my life. And nothing makes people happier than they themselves making progress. Sometimes we get calls from people who said, I've never seen 1,000 in my account. Now I see 100,000. And the joy in the voice alone. And for me, that is it. So if you say that you're a proper leader, these are the things that we must see around you.
You had a view to express.
Of course. Now, let's see, this program, this is the Kumasi program. Why do you have to even struggle for this? I'm not saying you are struggling, that's not what I'm saying.
Why do we even have to advertise?
Advertise.
Yeah.
We should have major stakeholders. Companies should come and sponsor this program. Companies should come and sponsor this program. We have all these big companies. Those people sponsoring the entertainment people, they have to come and sponsor this program. Because at the end of the day, we are going to train these people. You see, do you know how many times me or Ben, like I've met people. I watched Mr. Obendaku. I've watched a video, and I said there was this particular lady. I met her in China. That was last year. She said, I completed nursing training, and I had money. I wanted to go to America, but when I watched your video, I said, no, I'll not go to. I will use that money to come to China.
Yeah.
you understand what I'm saying? And now she's doing so well. The last time, I think 2 months ago, she told me, I bought this car, and she was able to buy a car for, I think, $16,000. She said, I'm going to use this car. Yeah, because I said, I'm not going. I was there, and one lady was in China with one lady, and her friend called her, there's this Canada move. Do you want to go to Canada? I said, go to Canada to go and do what? So it means what we are doing here
is changing lives.
It's changing lives. So why don't we get sponsors? Or you get a sponsor to sponsor this program that, let's say, 5,000 students or big hall, 10,000 youth.
When the people are serious about their future, they pay attention to what the people feed on. I really don't expect them. So for me, if they come, it's a shock to me. Because how do you expect the one who is keeping the people in bondage to be happy that you're freeing them? Wow. I may be delusional, but I mean, upon 1,000 times, that's what I've seen. Then anything that you do that will bring people out of their confusion and frustration, the system will not support that. Because then the system will feel that they are failed.
Right.
All right. They will feel that if we support you, because they are the reason the people are going
where they are.
So if I hope I'm
It
wrong.
almost becomes counterintuitive.
Yes, because now if they promote you, then why didn't we teach this or this? You know. So if you expect a big church leader to say that what you're doing is so fantastic, I want to sponsor you, no. Because now you're telling them that they have not been taught the right thing. If you think that the politician will call you and say that, they'll call. No. If you were singing here, they'll call you.
Singing,
were dancing,
yes.
They'll call you.
And
if you were
discussing
playing
football.
they'll call you. But this one makes them feel guilty.
Because this is what they should have been doing.
That's right. The young man should not have double minds to say that I can build something.
So then how do we develop as
That's why for me, the change will come from the ground. I don't think that Africa's, for instance, Ghana's change will come from the top.
how?
I don't see it. I think that the fire will spark from the bottom. Then it will push the people to sit where at the top. But I don't think that the change will come from the top.
Because the top is already corrupt.
I don't see.
It's a lot more difficult to change the mind of a 50-year-old than it is to change the mind of a 17-year-old.
Yes. And you see the politics. It's not they alone don't play the politics. There are other forces, there are other stakeholders. So even if they have to make intelligent decisions, they have to consult some others. But we don't have to consult anybody. Yeah. And that's why the girl who will watch your video and change their mind. Or her mind.
Somebody sent me a question for this conversation when I said, we're going to interview you, the two of you. And they said that I should ask this one question. Do you genuinely believe that the information you preach and speak about, it has changed your life?
But evidence is there.
You see, people don't know what we do. People have no idea what we do. And that's not the intention. We've built big businesses, big investment, big assets. No support, no from politics or even banks, not from anybody, from ourselves. We built families. We have houses that are not a mortgage. We are free, that's why we are here. We are spending 2 hours here. If you think we were not free, we'll be here. So if you ask that question, it means that you are not intelligent. Because the force is in the words that we speak. You think that any ignorant person who has never done anything will come here and speak this, and it's changing people's lives, and his life is not changed? Can you say that? So this is a person full of football, an aviator, because they are not learning. Those who are learning will never ask such questions because they see. It takes one to see one.
Right.
So people they think that if you have time to share some things, it means that you're not busy. But a lot of these guys that you think are busy have time to meet their girlfriends.
Why are you on social media?
Yes.
Every day you're on social media.
If a beautiful, they have some of them 2-3 girlfriends, and they meet them every time. It means that they are, you think they are so occupied. You have priorities. This is critical. This is important. What we didn't have when we were growing up,
we're given to the people.
Now we have to make them available so that people will not make the same mistakes that we made. It does not mean that we are useless and we sit on social media and we are talking nonsense. No, this is a tool. For me, social media is a tool for change.
And like we've mentioned before, the skill to be able to put the frameworks that has worked for you and then teach people, and the skill to just make money is two different things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And there are some people, they are popular, they have the money as you know it, but they don't have the ability to teach for people to understand.
Yeah. And it's not because they are busy. They have time to watch football, move around, chase girls. It's because they don't think this is critical. And some of them will even think that they are wealthier than us. No. Some of them is just people's money that they have gathered together. Some of them is just bank expensive loans. Some of them, if you ask them even $1 million themselves, they may not even have.
Some of them are not cash.
Yeah, that's it.
At all. They are not liquid. Trapped
in debt. But because of we call something conspicuous consumption. When you see my cars and my houses, you think I'm rich.
Settings.
Yes. And so the youth will think like that. Somebody will come on my channel and say that, why you not wearing suit and tie? And somebody say, if you are successful, why are you teaching people? Nobody can teach you success.
I've seen that.
You've seen that. And how did that?
Nobody who is making $10,000, no, $100,000, something will teach. Those people are not smart.
Yeah.
let me stop you here for a minute. So if it's your first time watching Konnected Minds, or you have been here before but still have not subscribed, do us a favor, because majority of the people that watch our videos have not subscribed. This doesn't help us grow beyond what we expect. So help us by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you. Now let's get back to the conversation.
In this era, okay, even Elon Musk is on Twitter. Elon Musk tweeting. Elon Musk. And if I'm on social media and I'm teaching people, you think that I don't have anything to do, that's why I'm on social media. Hey, it means you are not smart. I mean, you don't know what you are talking about. Social media is me, it's my TV station.
That's it.
And we have thousands of people across the world watching us. What we are doing there, thousands of people across the world will be watching our TV station. But at first, you have to go to TV. You pay money. You have to beg them. Oh my whatever. Oh no, we don't want this program on our television, on our radio. But today, with your smartphone, hello, God,
You can say whatever you want to say, and there's no censorship.
There isn't. But I've got to say this. When I went on a radio tour in Kumasi for this event, there was no segment for business and mindset.
No.
They had to put me on sports or entertainment.
Yes.
They slot me in. While they are discussing Kotoko Arts, they just slot me in for 5 minutes. That was the point I came out and I told my team, there is a big problem in this country where there is no business and mindset segment on these radio stations. Then we are in trouble.
No mental development, no personal development, no skill development, no value addition. The best, the closest is religion.
Yeah,
I see.
Which is itself, for me, it's manipulative and enslaving more than liberating. Because if you look at the results, you will see that the people are not free. If you put a visa there and all your members will move, you have not taught them. If they... so
some of them are even praying for the members.
Yes, it means that you are deceiving the people. Because what the people want is success. There's peace in Ghana, isn't it? It's the information that the people don't have. So,
and you know what? The majority of the people who are praying every midnight, this so-called whatever they call it, every midnight, majority of them don't have any valuable product or even service to exchange for money. Those who are praying for money, Father, I need money. Open financial doors. Financial doors from where? Even the Bible says that a man who is skillful will stand before kings. But you don't have anything. And you are praying midnight, you are fasting that God will touch somebody's heart to come and bless you. So what if you receive money today, if that blessings come today, somebody has given you 50,000, and I ask you go to the street and ask 50 people that if you have 10,000 Ghana cedis, what are you going to do with 10,000 Ghana cedis? You that when they do that, go to the street and ask.
They have no clue.
Yes, and these same people are praying every.
But isn't that the reason they are praying for money? Because if you pray for money, it means that your intelligence on money is not there.
Yes. Because we don't pray for money. There is no money in heaven. There is no money in heaven.
If that were true, the church itself should pray for money.
Money.
Why is it collecting?
They wouldn't need members.
Yes.
But if they take offering, it should tell you that they take. That's what they have. It's not because they prayed for it. There should be a conduit where you make money. So, I don't know. But it's because they can bet that the people are not informed financially. You see, that's why financial education is so critical. Because a lot of decisions that people have made is because of the intelligence that they had on money. Good or bad. Whether you use that money to travel to America or to build a business, or to get a visa, or to borrow to do wedding.
That's another
They are
problem.
based on your financial intelligence. You know, you have MBA or you have a first degree, you are working somewhere, your pay is 5,000, you have gathered 50,000, you have one source of income, and you still want to do MBA. You're 45, 50. Financial intelligence is not there. So he's hoping that when he's on retirement, the nation will take care of him.
So I met, there was this lady that I met, and she's doing so well. You understand? And she said, oh, now she wants to further her education, going to travel to go and do her master. I said, She's doing so well, oh.
Yeah.
I said, what do you need masters for? You know, I just want to have masters.
Yeah. That's Ghana. People borrow to even go and do law. He's 55. He's going to do law. No investment. Nothing will take care of him when he's 60 or 65. Except his children, if he's fortunate. We don't have that. That's why we are not able to build wealth like that. That's why we are praying in church for God to bless us. We have gold. God in his intelligence put gold in the dirt. Go and dry it. Go and look for it. Or the oil. Go and dry it. You don't have the technology, you are praying. Somebody will take it. That's all that we are doing. So there are right tools to assess the blessing. There's skill development. There's intelligence. We don't focus on those. We just pray that God, you can pray from heaven to earth. The gold in the soil will never come. Somebody must put machines there and put the processes there so that you can have the gold.
Right knowledge.
But the same gold was given by God. They told the Africans to pray because if you go to Amina, it's the same. They put chains on our hands. There was church at the top. They said you should pray for freedom. The same. That's what our only solution is what? Let's pray.
And at times when you like when you have the conversation like this guy, you're antichrist. You don't know what you are talking about.
But the one who is Christ is still at the workplace.
Yeah, you don't know what you are talking about. Whatever God cannot do, it's never true. Bro, see, I believe that religion, Africa, politicians and religion, I think these two are the causes of our problems that we have here in Africa. I'm telling you, we need to start banning some churches. You understand what I'm saying? First of all, I'm like me, I'm not doing anything. And I go to church. They said, sow a seed. If you want God to open doors, you sow a seed. I'm not doing anything, no. But Derek, you imagine, you have children. If your kids, if they need something from you, they have to sow seed, do they have to fast before
But you feed them.
Yes. But they tell you fast. Sow a seed. If you sow a seed, God will open that door for you. That money you are looking for. Plant a seed. Pay tithe. You don't have to pay any tithe to become successful. I'm telling you. You don't have to sow any seed to become successful. God doesn't need money in heaven. God doesn't need our money. He doesn't need it. The Chinese man, I'm saying they don't. In China, Sunday, they go about their normal activities Sundays. You understand what I'm saying? But they've developed. And system is working. The system is working 24 hours.
The sad thing is that the young man who was born in that particular church, who has never had any exposure anywhere, and who is just a direct product from a particular preacher, thinks that he understands it. Your reason why you can question is the way you've been taught and trained. Some of them are even told not to read any other thing apart from this particular one.
Yes.
So all your life, you've never read anything, heard anything.
See.
And you think that you have intelligence to hold opposing views?
Bro, religion, see, me, I don't want to mention a particular church, but you see in the morning, you see them, they will put some, like, some sign post or whatever, they will just put some books and they will be sitting here like this in the morning. They will just be sitting and they will put some books in front of them, just sitting down like this. I don't want to mention any church, but I know you know the church that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And you see young people, those who are supposed to go to work in the morning, they are there. And you see, we are selling the warehouses that we can use for factories. We are selling them to churches. And the people will go to those churches and pray for jobs. It doesn't make sense. God will not come from heaven to save us. Like the same thing when you wake up in the morning. God did not brush your teeth for you. You understand what I'm saying? God didn't cook for you.
It is only on Konnected Minds that you can get this awakening conversation. And the truth is, there are many people that watch this video, but very few.
I know they will come to the comment section.
Very few will get the depth of this conversation. But it's a great start. If we carry on, we would have given them everything in one video. It's a reason why I've assembled these giants for Kumasi Konnected Minds Live on the 9th of September. There's going to be a few other special guests who have been invited. It's the biggest gathering of entrepreneurs. So if you are watching, you're an older person, you have a business, you want to start a business, you're a younger person, anybody at all can come. But there's a room that you have to be, because everything we speak about, think about it. These are the people I have in my circle. So imagine the type of mindset that I have. That's why you have to be in rooms, in the right rooms, connect with the right people, because that's where your life begins to change. Thank you so much, Senior Man Kwapno Bendako and my coach, Sean. Thank you so much. This has been insightful. I've enjoyed it, and I know I could do 10 hours of this conversation. Your busy schedule, I've bothered you, but you're doing it for the generation we have today. So my name is Derek Abaite. Take care, and I'm out. Grab a seat for Konnected Minds Live. Great Hall, Kumasi.